I just want to start out this video by saying I apologize, guys. I know I've been all over the place. I've been dealing with a lot of pressure lately, and that's why I'm going to name this video today Pressure. I'm going to talk about the types of pressure, what it does to me, and what I do to deal with it. So, number one on my list would be multiple tasking. If I have a lot of things to do, let's say they're important, or let's just say it's a lot of things all together. So, that puts a lot of pressure on me because it could be issues either with transportation, financially, or let's say there's a due date, there's a time frame you have to get certain things done by. That puts a lot of pressure on you. Okay, and peer pressure. Let's say you're around somebody using, you're an addict that's been clean, or let's say you've never used. Let's say they're your friends. You're going to be put under peer pressure, either with drugs, or let's say you're in a gang or something, or something like that. You're going to be put under a lot of peer pressure with them types of crowds. So yes, and then the image. Let's say you're trying to lose weight or something, or you're trying to maintain a certain image that people are used to seeing you as. That'll put you under a lot of pressure, especially when you start getting older, or anything like that. Even kids deal with that in high school. Certain images, swag, all that thing, all that stuff. Certain look. And then mental health. Mental health definitely amplifies my issues with pressure. It's hard to deal with at times. So anybody that deals with that knows what I'm saying. It's hard. And finances. Let's say bills, payments. You have a loan, or let's say that you have fines, anything like that. Financial issues can definitely put pressure on you, a lot of pressure. And being bullied. Let's say you're in a relationship where the other is bullying you, or let's say you're in high school or wherever it may be. Even family members or friends, they bully you without even thinking they're bullying you. You're just so used to dealing with it. But anyways, that puts a lot of pressure on you, knowing that you got to deal with that daily, or at a job or wherever. That puts a lot of pressure on you. And being accepted, maybe certain crowds, friends, maybe a job or anything, just feeling accepted or wanting to be accepted will put a lot of pressure on you. And then your job itself, let's say you're under a lot of pressure because you're hoping you get the job, and then let's say you get the job. Now it's your performance that has to stand out. If there's a boss watching you or certain expectations, you could be put under a lot of pressure due to that. And then relationships. Relationships will definitely put a lot of pressure on you, especially if it's going bad. If you're in a toxic relationship, I'm not going to get into all the details. Just the toxic relationship will put a lot of pressure on you. Especially with kids. If you guys have kids and other issues like that, or issues with your children, let's say there's things you have to deal with medically, or there's schooling, there's lots of things there. You had a toxic relationship on that, you're going to be put under a lot of pressure. So, fighting. Fighting will put a lot of pressure on you. Either fighting with somebody that you live with, or fighting for somebody, sticking up for somebody, and let's say you do it pretty often, that puts a lot of pressure on you. Okay, so how it makes me feel, a lot of times I won't want to be around anybody when pressure's high, because I feel edgy. I'm afraid how I'll react or what I'll say. Because I know, like I said, I'm real edgy. I could snap, say things I don't mean, things like that. So I just don't want to be around anybody at those times, and brings on a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety during these times because it just gets me thinking, overthinking, racing thoughts, all that. And then it feels like I'm running out of time. Like I said, if there's certain dates or times things need to be done by, that does not help. Well, other things it does. It makes me, I'm very impatient at times, so I feel like I'm running out of time. Feels like the walls are closing in on me at times, and oh man, that could be terrible. You feel like you want to tear your hair out, and then you feel helpless, especially if you can't help yourself financially, or transportation, whatever your case is. You can feel helpless, and that'll cause you to feel depressed. Okay, that'll trigger depression in a lot of people, especially me. And yeah, it's like I said, anger. If you're on edge, you can definitely get angry, put under a lot of pressure. It's due to a lot of frustration, all that, and irritable, very irritable. So what I do to deal with these things is I will identify my triggers. Try to identify my triggers on small things, and the other thing is go to the source. Like if you know what the problem is, let's say it's a fine or a bill or a job or whatever it may be, go to the source of it and try to take care of it one by one. Prioritize yourself. Try to get things lined up. Organize your time. Don't just randomly go about this aiming in the dark. You got to prioritize. If you have to make a list, go down your list one by one and get them out of the way. Organize your time for sure. And definitely accept the things you can't change. I mean, those things are going to put a lot of pressure on you. I mean, you'll run it past your mind over and over until you finally get it that you can't do nothing about it. So let that go. Just accept it, guys. And breathe, man. If you guys have a release, if you have a hobby you're into, let's say exercising or anything like that, just a hobby, period. If that's a release for you guys, then go ahead and stick with that. Breathe, go on a walk. If you got a quiet place you'd like to go to, or you don't have one at all, go try one. Do whatever you have to do. But anyways, like I said, guys, I just wanted to tell you a little bit what I'm dealing with, and I'll let you guys know when the next video is coming out. Thank you, guys. See you later.